I am going to be talking about The Flash. I just saw it yesterday. Um, Sorry, I know I feel like I look horrible right now, but whatever. Um, Anyways, so I saw The Flash yesterday. Um, and it was amazing. It was like seriously, like really, really good. 'Cause I went to the movie theaters yesterday, last night, after I got off work, and I went to like a midnight showing, and um, I always go to like the same movie theater. It's um, it's a movie theater in City Walk. It's called Cinemark. I love that movie theater. It's um, it's just like a really great, amazing movie theater. It's really big. I've seen so many movies there now. I have a movie theater close to where I am, but the thing that I like to do is I usually like to just go to the movies after I get off work because it's just more convenient for me. Um, yeah, so usually what I'll do is like I'll get off work and um, I'll go um, I'll go like get something to eat first, 'cause I literally cannot go see a movie if like I don't eat something before. And usually, like I said, before I get off work, I mean after I get off work, like I'm hungry, you know. So of course, like the first thing I want to do is I want to eat food. After work I'm really hungry, so I go get something to eat. And I know this has nothing to do with the review, but I just want to talk. I don't know, whatever. What did I eat yesterday? I'll get into the review shortly. Just don't worry. Hold on. What did I eat yesterday? Oh, yeah, I just got Wendy's. Um, Anyways, whatever. So, I got Wendy's, and I didn't have a lot of time. Because usually what I like to do is I like to eat it and like sit in my car and like just watch some YouTube or Twitch or whatever, and then I'll eat, like actually I'll like just sit and eat my food and like just relax for a little bit and then go see the movie. But since the movie was like literally like only an hour after I got off work, I just had to go straight to the drive-through and just eat it on the way there. So I just ate the Wendy's like on the way to the movie theater. Um, and their new strawberry um, shake, right? Yeah, their new strawberry shake, their berry shake is really good. I highly recommend it. Especially when you get the cookie with it. I like to get the sugar cookie. Their chocolate cookie is good too. And then of course, I get the $5 biggie bag. Um, so that's what I had. Anyway, so I ate that on the way to the movie theater. And because I know like when you go to the movie theater, like to get popcorn and like drinks and everything, like it can be like kind of expensive, you know? Um, Especially on top of like everything else. So that's why I like to eat before I go to the movies, so I don't have to like spend on popcorn and everything. But every now and then I will like to get popcorn and a drink and maybe some candy or whatever. And usually if I get candy, I'll try to go to the dollar theater, or no, the gas station or dollar store and get some before because it's cheaper. Um, like the other day when I saw Transformers Rise of the Beast, which I wanted to make a review on, and I'll probably say a little bit of it here. Um, which I will say Transformers Rise of the Beast was really good. But I think when I saw that movie the first time, because I saw it twice, even though the second time I fell asleep. Anyway, the first time I saw it, I did get popcorn and a drink. Usually I don't, because I usually eat before, but I did. So anyways, but this time I didn't get anything. I just went in, because I already ate a little bit before, so I just went in. I usually just get like, ask for 2 cups of water, and I fill up on water so then I can have a little bit to drink when I'm in watching the movie, but I try not to drink too much because I don't want to go pee. So I so I got into the theater. Thankfully, I always have this such a bad luck of like I always miss like a couple minutes of the movie in the beginning. Thankfully, I didn't. The last 2 times I went to the movie theater, thankfully it hasn't happened. Like Rise of the Beast, I saw everything. The Flash, I saw everything. I didn't miss anything, so I'm really happy about that. That's good. I want to keep it up. Because usually I always like am a little bit teeny bit late, and I always miss like a couple minutes of the movie. And I used to before just like completely not go and see the movie. If I missed like a couple minutes of the movie, it would just completely ruin it for me, and I would have to like get another ticket for another time. And it was annoying. But I don't really do that anymore. If I miss a couple minutes, it's whatever. It's my fault. Like, I just suck it up and I just watch it anyways. And I wanted to make this review, like, right when I got home after the movie, but it just didn't happen. Anyways, I'm making it now, so now we're actually going to talk about the movie. So, the movie starts, The Flash, which I thought it was going to be called The Flashpoint, not just The Flash, but I mean, okay, I mean, that's fine, I don't really care, I just honestly thought, because wasn't it called Flashpoint this whole time? Anyways, so, it starts off, and, also because I want to say, Ezra Miller is freaking amazing in this movie. Like, for anyone that was doubting them and saying that, they're not great, because of everything, it's not going to be a good movie or whatever. Ezra did amazing in this movie. Like, their performance was really good. Like, they really sold me their performance as Barry and as the Flash. Like, they do such a great job of not only playing Barry and the situation that he's going through with his family and trying to get his mom back. Like, you can really see kind of, even though they play it in a very kind of comedic kind of role, like, the Flash has always, at least in the DCU, in this universe, the Flash has always been kind of very, kind of like the butt of some jokes and kind of like the comedy role. Not only do they play that role very well in this movie as the comedic role, but they also play a very serious role as well, because they're going through a lot. I mean, I don't want to get in too much of the movie, but I mean, if you know the backstory of the Flash, I probably won't need to say much. You probably already know what's going on, but basically, there was a tragedy that happened in the family, and even though they come off as like being comedic and kind of always kind of maybe throwing a joke in here or there, Ezra does a great job of also having a very serious kind of undertone in their performance, of not only showing that, just showing that, that they're in pain. You know, like you can actually see in a couple scenes like Barry is in pain, like um so Barry, even though you can tell, even though that he is playing like more of like kind of a comedic role as the Flash in these movies, you can tell in this movie that he is also in pain, and you can tell it in some scenes, and that's great, and I love that about his performance because I think, I mean, he wasn't the best at it. I think. I feel like some of the dialogue maybe kind of fell a little flat here and there, but for the most part, he did a very great job. Um, so, other parts of the film, I mean, the CGI, I'm not gonna lie, was a little janky. Like, you can clearly tell in a lot of scenes that um, it's CGI, like, clearly. But, to be honest, it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm not one of those CGI like super critics that are just always like on CGI. It's like, oh, like it looks like CGI, like it looks horrible, and like you can tell it's CGI. I don't really care that much, to be honest. Like, um, now I will say though that there's quite few bit of times in this movie where you can clearly tell that it is CGI, CGI characters, humans, everything. I will admit it did get to me a little bit, the CGI, because it was just like wow, like kind of like, but it didn't take away from the experience for me. At least for me, it didn't really take away from the experience because I was having such a great time with the movie and the story and the plot and the characters and everything that it didn't really take away from me. So I didn't really care, to be honest. Other people might, you know, really lower their rating on it because of that, but I will lower my rating on it a little bit because of that, but not really. I don't really care that much for it. Because to me, as long as the story and the characters and everything else was good, if the CGI is a little bit off, I can take that. That's fine. So, so basically, I'll just say the whole premise of the movie, without getting into spoilers, is there's a tragedy that happens in the family, and Barry wants to go run faster, like run really fast, so he can hit the point of basically he runs so fast that he can go back in time, and he can change the events of what happened to his family, and he can make it not happen. Um, Almost kind of like how Endgame was, where they had to go back in time. It's kind of like that same synopsis in a way, um, but it's kind of like on a smaller scale of just he's trying to just help his family, but in the end, because he's trying to do this one small thing for his family of like trying to not let that happen, he kind of ends up creating a ripple effect in the whole multiverse, and other things start to happen and unfold, which you will tell as you watch the movie. Um, and actually, it's funny because I started to realize, I'm like, this movie is a lot like kind of the last Spider-Man movie. I forgot what it was called. Um, Away from Home. The last Spider-Man movie with all the other Spider-Mans in it. That movie is basically how that movie set up the multiverse for the MCU. This movie is basically the multiverse movie for the DCU. Um, So that's basically what this movie is. It's setting up the multiverse, essentially, I believe, for the DCU, which I'm really excited. Um, Michael Keaton was in this movie. He did a great job as Batman and Bruce Wayne. Um, so Michael Keaton was in it. There was one cameo that happened. I was like, what? Which, if you know certain things about, like, particularly about Superman, if you know certain casting decisions that could have happened in the past that didn't happen, there's a certain cameo, which I may have already given away too much. There's a certain cameo that happens that's like, wow, I was not expecting that at all, which I thought it was a great addition to the movie. Um, oh, I have to talk about it. Supergirl, amazing, amazing. Oh my gosh, and she is so freaking. I just have to say it. She's hot. She is freaking beautiful. She is gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh, like, and then her in the suit, Supergirl. I was like, this is it. Like, and don't get me wrong. I liked Henry Cavill as Superman, but you know what? I would not mind. I'm not saying put Henry Cavill, like, don't ever have him as Superman again. I'm not saying that, right? But I wouldn't mind putting Henry Cavill on the side for now, which they basically have, I don't know. But putting him on the side for now, right? And let's have a Supergirl. Because Superman already had his movie, right? And I know we want another movie, and I do too. But I wouldn't mind if we could still maybe postpone that for a little bit more and we get like a Supergirl movie or like another movie where she's involved within it a lot. Because I want to see, especially with this actress, I want to see her play Supergirl more. Like, can we get like a petition or something to have like a Supergirl movie now with this actress? Or just her being more roles in like the DCU? Like, please, like, she was freaking amazing. And like, if you see her action scene against, I'm not even gonna say, but there's a really great action sequence with her and a villain. Um, it was great, amazing. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna start to wrap it up. Basically, this movie was great. It, I believe, it was over a little bit over 2 hours. If you had any doubts in your mind of whether you should watch this movie or not because of the whole thing with Ezra Miller, me personally, I would just try to tell you, like, just try to separate the art from the artist, because if you like the DC universe and you like comics, you're gonna love this movie. They did a damn good job, and I can see why now some of the DC or Warner Brothers executives kind of are wanting Ezra to stay in the DCU. I understand that now, because I think I've heard that they want Ezra to stay, and I understand that now. After seeing the movie, I'm like, the performance kind of sells itself. So I say go see the movie. It's really good. I would give it personally. I want to say a 10 out of 10. I feel like I'm really bad at ratings because I always give it like a really high rating, but I want to say a 10 because I cried. I was crying at the end of the movie, and there's a very emotional climactic point of this movie, and it's like literally, and the whole message of the movie is you can't turn back time and change things. You just kind of have to accept for things how they are. Um, and you just have to let things be, and you can't go back and change things because things happen for a reason. So even if feel like you're in a bad spot right now, you're in that spot for a reason. Like, you're there for a reason. And you trying to change it could make things worse. It could have a ripple effect in not only your life, but other people's lives. And in this case, the multiverse. So, which is what I'm really excited about to see going in the future, of like how this is going to affect the DCU and the other universes. So, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I don't care. I mean, if anything, maybe I would give it like maybe like a 9 or 8.5, because like the CGI was a little now and then. But the acting was great, the characters was great, there was great character development, the plot, the story was good, the action was amazing. It actually had like a message and a theme in the movie. The pacing felt good. There wasn't any like lulls or dull moments. It was great. Overall, it's really good. So honestly, I give it a 10 out of 10. I don't care. And if you have a different opinion about it and you didn't like this or that or whatever, then speak about it. Put it in the comments. I think it was great. So please, guys, go out, watch The Flash, support it. If you don't want to support it because of what Ezra has done or things like that, I understand. But yeah, I say go watch the movie. It was great. So, that's basically it. Like I said before, I did want to do a review on Rise of the Beast. It didn't happen. Maybe I'll try to make a review about it later on. But I did watch the movie and it was really great too. Honestly, I'd probably give that one a 10 out of 10 too. It's really good. See that movie too. Rise of the Beast, Transformers, freaking amazing. But anyways, Flash was good, 10 out of 10. And I will see you guys later. Bye.